Welcome to Purpose and Lessons. My name is Modesta Mahiga Mbuguni, and today we're on number 8. The number 8 secrets to success is determined to last. Now, many of you may not know, but I suffered from clinical depression for quite a few years. And I remember there was a time that I could not get up in the morning except if I had this song by Macy Gray, get out and do something. And I had Madonna's, what was that? Die Another Day. Guess I will die another day. And I had these songs playing and I was willing myself to get out of bed. I was willing myself to continue with my studies. I was willing myself to get on with my life. And so I don't know whether in this transition or just in life in general, I don't know what your story is as a womanaire, but I do understand when so much comes at you, and whether it is a health issue, a mental health issue like I had, or if it is a family situation, or if it is a work, career, business situation. But there are times that we get the wind literally knocked out of us and you're thinking, this is it. This is the end of the road for me. I mean, I need time out. I need to be away for a while. I need to rethink this thing. I mean, there are people who've taken their lives because life came at them so hard and they thought, I've had it. Have you noticed that everything I've been speaking to you about really is a mindset thing? And that's been my story all along. Get your mindset right, everything else will fall in place. It may not be easy. It may not come all at once. You may not even get the support from others for it, but determine to last. Determine that, listen, this is just a season. And I'm telling you, there are things that happen in life. You're just thinking, there go all my efforts. There goes all my money. There goes everything I have built up, everything I have sacrificed, everything that I held back from going at, just so that I can build myself up to this. And look at where it's gone to now. What is to become of me now? And you could give up. But if you determine to last, I mentioned a book before, and I really got a lot of wisdom from this book, Switch, How to Change Things When Change is Hard by Chip and Dan Heath. Well, one of the stories, and these are real life case studies, was about a team and their leader told them to factor in failure in their day-to-day work. He told them if they understood that business goes up and down, if they understood that they may try things, especially when you're trying something new, especially when you're a pioneer and nobody else has heard of the type of thing that you're trying to do. When you factor in that there will be downtimes, I'm not saying, do not put in your best, do not strive for excellence simply because there is a chance that you could fail. But I'm just saying that understand we live in a fallen world. Understand that not everything that you will be trying to do is within your control. And so there will be people, there will be circumstances, there will be changes in the world around you that could impact that which you want to do, that could impact where you want to go. Maybe you've been downsized. Maybe there was a restructuring and you had to be laid off. Maybe, I don't know, whatever could have happened in your context. So maybe your industry is no longer relevant. Whatever it is that happened that knocked the wind out of you. If you factor in that that's part and parcel of life. Yeah. I expect that. There are times that things are not doing well. I expect that, as entrepreneurs, we expect that there are times there will be complete dry periods. There'll be times of plenty. And then there'll be times when you're wondering, why am I even doing this? This takes me back to the story of Joseph in the Bible. He told the Pharaoh, when Pharaoh asked him, what do we do about the fact that there'll be 7 years of plenty and then 7 years of drought? And he said, well, you save up in the 7 years of plenty. There's nothing you can do about the fact that there will be 7 years of drought. There's nothing that you may have been able to control about whatever happened to you. I mean, I certainly was not going out of my way to get clinical depression, get on Prozac, see psychologists. That was not in my plans as a young adult. But there I was, and this is, what had happened. And I just rode out that cycle without realizing that I can get help. So you may or may not have gotten yourself into the pit that you find yourself right now, Womanaire, but you certainly can do something to get out. You first of all determine to last. Whatever it is just a season and it will go. No matter what it looks like, trust you me. no matter what looks like in any area of your life, not your marriage, not your finances, not your children, not your extended family, not your business, not your career, no matter what, not your studies, no matter what it looks like, wherever you are looking, it is a season and there is a tomorrow, and it is brighter than any memory you have of the best time you've ever had in your life. But you need to determine to last. You need to make up your mind. I am going to last. I'm going to ride this wave out. And when it settles down, I will still be standing and I will continue swimming. And so how do you determine to last, for instance? Let's say you have made up your mind and you do want to determine to last. You're saying no matter what happens, I will still be here to give it another go. No matter what happens, I will still build myself up and try again. No matter what happens, I know that this is life and life happens. But since life happens to the best of us, life happens to everybody. How is it that some people can write it out and excel and other people are completely taken out by the vicissitudes of life, completely taken out by some circumstance that happens to them that they feel to be too overwhelming for them to continue? After you have determined to last, make sure you have a support system. I have a friend of mine whom I've had since university, and I say this to her, like, she saved my life. Obviously, I know that God saved my life. I know that God kept me. But Anna Kamandarian, yes, I'm mentioning you by name. And my friends Kapil and Victoria and Charmaine, these people are my brother and sisters. We don't look anything alike. They're from everywhere around the world. But they kept me going. They were my support system. Anna would finish her studies in the middle of the night. This is, doing my bachelor degree. Then she would come from the library at night, look at my exam schedule, and I am just flat out, I'm down, I'm not with it, I can barely get up. For those who understand depression, you understand how much that spirit can just hold you down. She would look at my schedule, she would pack my books, go on my shelf, pack the books that I needed for the exam that was upcoming, get me out of bed and will me to get up. And she would be in the library with me for me to study and then come back with, mind you, she also has exams of her own. She's just come out of the library and it was late. But she did this for me. She kept me going. There's a day I didn't want to get out of bed. I was out, just down and out in the pits. These guys came to my window, my bedroom window, and they set up a little picnic outside my bedroom window so that I could participate. So I could either just open my window and be with them without leaving my room. I mean, don't even go into what depression can do to you. Just open my window and, be with them, or get out of my room and get out of, the residence area I was in and go sit with them. So when you can share, you've determined to last, therefore you need a support system around you. Divulge, share what you're going through with somebody else. Get the help that you need, whether you need emotional help, mental help, whether you need career help, whether you need, business support, whatever it is you need, go out and get it. Don't let this thing take you out. Go and get the help that you need. So you determine to last. And then what do Modesta say? Modesta would say building the systems and structures, of course. Because left to yourself, you've had the wind knocked out of you. Your self-esteem is low. You've lost confidence. You feel as if you're no longer the person you used to be. You feel as if too much time has gone, too much money spent, too many relationships hurt and broken. Surely I can't even show my face anymore. It's too far gone, you think. It is never too far gone. Not if you determine to last. So what are the secrets to success so far? Number 1, know your why. Know why you want to do this. Number 2, remember your patterns so you don't repeat them. Actually, determining to last is kind of linked to that as well. Remember that there's certain things that, because you have a certain mindset, a belief about yourself, defeat his thoughts that you've had. Remember those patterns and then cut them out. When I was going through depression over these decades, I saw it coming, and then I just let the cycle run its course. And then now, not to say that there are times I don't feel like, that's it, God, I've had it, God, I've given it my all. God, I get it. And those people who are close to me know that I get those moments when I'm just like, you know what, Jesus, I'm lying here, and so if this be your will, then show up, because I've done all that I can as a human being. So there are people who know, and they get me back up. So know your patterns and cut them off. Don't allow yourself to live out those patterns over and over. Number 3, make up your mind. Make up your mind that I need to invest in myself. I need to get up. There is more. Surely, surely, surely. I was praying this morning and I was just thinking about how much God has put in us. For him to send his only begotten son to be born as a child, as a human being in frailty, just so that he could be an example for us. And by his dying, take away our sins and giving us the Spirit of God that will help us do even greater things that he did. Giving us the Spirit of God that will help us be his hands and feet and just light in the world in our time. I mean, just the fact that I am here and I am breathing despite everything I have done and failed at, or everything I've been through in life. Come on, come on. Surely there was a time in the past that you thought that was it, yet you made it through. It never lasts. All things just pass away and you will be able to go on. Number 4, amp up your knowledge. So you've lost a bit of confidence. So maybe you're thinking, I've really blundered. I mean, if there were, next to the word blunder in the dictionary, you would find my picture. Amp up your knowledge and how you can get out. Amp up your knowledge. If it's financial education that you need, get financial education. If it is counseling, if it's emotional intelligence, if it's business development, whatever it is you need, amp up your knowledge. Go get it. Find a person, especially when you can get a coach or a mentor, you can shadow someone or someone who's had experience, especially if somebody has also fallen and has overcome and is now succeeding. Get that help. Number 5, crucify your flesh no matter what you're saying, no matter how you're feeling. I did not feel like doing this broadcast right now. I've had a full day. I've had so much going. I did not at all feel like getting my makeup on and coming to you guys, but it's a commitment I've made. And the more I can stay faithful in the little, the more I can be consistent, the more that gets built into me as a habit. And that's the same with you. The more you can tell yourself, no, I'm going to do this, not because I feel like it, not even because I'm inspired and I've got my creative juices flowing. No, just simply because I put my mind to this. I gave my word. I will live by my word no matter how I feel. Feelings follow your mind. Feelings follow your determination. You don't do things because you feel like it. You do things because you're committed to. And everything else follows. This has been a truth I have come to practice in every area of my life. I determined to, I set my mind on it, I go do it, and feelings will follow. Sometimes not immediately, sometimes, not even in a couple of months. But the fact that I committed to it, I keep going, it builds me up. The loudest voice in your life is your own. You listen to yourself more than you listen to anybody else on earth. What you say about yourself is what you will hold as your truth, no matter what other people say. And if you have been faithful to you, if you have made promises to yourself and kept them, then you can trust you to advise you. It sounds kind of crazy, it sounds a little cryptic. I can't go into details right now. But the discipline of being faithful to your word, faithful to your decisions, faithful to your routine will really help you trust yourself that as you have overcome at this level, at a lower level, you can overcome more. That the principles that you have applied over your life at this level are the very principles, no matter what the challenge comes, that you have mastered now and can continue applying and can even impart to other people. So number 5 is crucify your flesh. Number 6 was put a routine to your discipline. You need, number 6 was not put a routine to your discipline. Let me just continue. You need to make sure all those great intentions that number 6 was focus your efforts. Focus your efforts so that you're not all over the place. Guys, don't get mad at me for forgetting this. There's a bunch of things. I have so many things I have to remember. Give me some grace. Focus your efforts so that you're not all over the place. I just came from another coaching session with somebody and they have these amazing ideas. Entrepreneurial minds, it's everywhere. And I just kept on having to narrow him down to what to start with. And because, he may get bored or saying, okay, don't make this as your daily thing for the year. Maybe you do this. This is your January thing. And this is the thing you do maybe on Saturdays, or this is the thing you do before you start your day, so that, you can just focus in these hours, on these days, in this month, this is what I'll accomplish. And then, of course, you put a routine to your discipline so that it just doesn't rest with you and how you feel, how you've woken up, the circumstances of your family, etc. And then today, determined to last. Life will happen, factor that in. Disappointments will come, factor that in. Betrayals will come, factor that in. You will make wrong decisions. Factor that in. Other people's wrong decisions will impact you. Factor that in. Just keep factoring in the fact that there will be down times. So when they come, say, oh, hello, I expected you. I even prepared for you. All right, let's do this. You want to spur with me? Bring it on. You have to do that. Determined to last. Because the waves will come, the winds will blow, life will happen. You will go through the floods and the fire. But when you're determined to last, you will come out. You will come through on the other side, and you will be that much stronger to continue with what you want to do as a womanaire and to lift up other womanaires as they come along as well. So as always, I put the link to Womanaire, which is going to be our 4-week transformational coaching and community experience. It is all online. And of course, I do save and will share, as I have done with the master plan class, share, every session every week with you, should you not be able to make it. But it would be that much richer for you if you can show up every single time in person. I love doing this with you people. I love sharing what I have. It's been quite a journey on this planet, and I know there's quite a journey still. And I pray that this platform really speaks to you and will make a difference in your lives. As all that I have learned and all the people who stood with me and all the platforms that I have gone to for solace, for wisdom, for inspiration, for strategies, have done in mine. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening, and I will come back to you tomorrow with secret number 9. Bye.